Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Factorio Vanilla. This is Otaku's Showboat. When last we met, by the way, I keep the game paused here so that the time doesn't tick down while we have our little discussion here at the beginning of the day. Last time we met, I got through the advanced oil processing, at least the skeleton of the build for the advanced oil processing. Today, we need to actually use those substances. Or we could not and do other things. It really depends. So we have 2 science packs to get into before we can start to launch our rockets. We need to get into production science packs, purple science, as well as utility science to make sure that we have everything. Ideally, I would like both of these science packs. As for the relevance of purple towards the progression, I don't think you need it. It's not required. It gives you some useful things, but ultimately not required to simply launch a rocket. We do not need to have a satellite in said rocket. We just need to launch a rocket, making things infinitely simpler for us. So we have the option. I will leave it up to you as to whether or not you want to see production science packs, because these things use rails, electric furnaces, and production modules, productivity modules, excuse me. The purple science unlocks effect transmission, it unlocks level 3 modules, it unlocks the Spidertron eventually, after utility, yellow science. It is unlocking the rocket silo, so I do have to actually do that. Right. There's the key tech that I need. So there's no way around it. I have to get into this. I have to get into speed module 3s, apparently. Even though speed module 3s aren't required to make any of this, because rocket control units use speed module 1s last I checked. As well as blue circuits. So that, yeah. We're working on advanced electronics too. We're going to work on getting into utility science packs. I still need to unlock productivity modules before I can get into purple science. So we're going to work towards getting into utility science before getting into production science. You really do. There is a split between these two types of techs in the tech tree. We can do any one before the other and still be fine in our progression path. Because this is the case, I need to make sure that I'm doing relevant stuff here. Allow me to get my water brought down now to actually be able to crack the stuff. I just spit. Wow. I was not planning on doing that. It just happened. Oh well. Sometimes these things happen. Water. This is the way. To the water. For my cracking, which I will need to do. Eventually. The output of the cracking needs to be used as well. There's no point in cracking if we're not going to use the results of the cracking. Speaking of which, where even does that happen to go to the main line? We'll go up from here and get that into the main line for whatever stuff we're using it for. Or, well, it's all being used here, so it doesn't really matter. about having this on a main bus. Main fluid bus, that is. We can do this. We could have a pump outward to not feed back into here, always being able to output stuffs. But it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. What I do want to do, though, is power the everything. Powering stuff seems like a fantastic idea. That's giving me more of the solid fuel, which, by the way, we could use this solid fuel to produce power. Like, that is well within the realms of possibility, and let's also not forget that I also need to use light oil for making rocket fuel. So, this stuff here, yeah. I also need to use make rocket fuel out of this solid fuel. And guess what? It's done inside of the chemical plants. So I will go and make a few more as we work our way through, because I can actually, I think, immediately take that tech. Where is rocket fuel? Rocket fuel is here. It comes after flammables, which unlocks nothing, but allows me to pick up rocket fuel. Cool. Cool, man. Cool. Let's make things happen. Oh, hey, it seems that I have enough steel now. I have a sufficient supply of my steel. Apparently, I am lacking on stone bricks a bit. There we go. Whew. Next. Electric engine units for the flying robot frames would be ideal. And I will need batteries. Batteries, electric engine units, and circuits. So batteries will need sulfuric acid, iron, and copper plates. Well, there you go. There is the exclusive use of sulfuric acid in this game. The one and only outside of, well, the blue circuits. 2 total uses. Oh, right, that's in the way. We can do that to get out. There we go. This makes 1 every 4 seconds. So if we want 1 per second, we need 4 of these. And it will consume 20 per second of the sulfuric acid. I will share a belt in. That is going to be placed further away because we are going to use... Not there. We're going to pipe this. Like so. And we are going to have this guy be here. This sucks. So I'm going to do... Oh, this really sucks. Okay, we're going to do this a little bit higher. To give me enough room to do that, we're going to bring the stuff here down. Do this. Like so. Ta-da! Power the everything. And that shall be batteries. Ta-da! Fanfare! Oh boy. Then somewhere, all the way down here, because we're now out of space, we should not use this area for anything at all. Somewhere down here we need to actually do other stuff, which includes making doohickeys. I need to constantly be crafting. Make me... I don't even know. What do I need more of? Always could use inserters. More belt, I guess. Whatever, just keep making thingies. More thingies, more furnaces, sure, why not? From here. Oh, right, I will need these assembling machines. I need blue assembling machines for what I am about to do, because this will not allow me to make electric engine units. I cannot make electric engine units. Oh yeah, low density structures are going to be a huge copper and plastic sink. So make sure that when you're producing those, that you have that output on your copper and your plastic in particular, because these guys are just insanity to deal with. They are very expensive on copper in particular, but also the petroleum gas for the plastic. This building does not allow fluid inputs, but the upgraded version absolutely does. So we're going to not make a few things here. You can go ahead and go all the way up to that stuff. We need to actually wait around a little bit to make some of these assembling machines, because we need to actually use this level of assembling machine for the electric engine units using the lubricant, as well as for the blue circuits. The blue circuits, which in the meantime, I may as well bring circuits down the bus. And yes, I need to constantly be paying attention to the cloud around me. It's not actually going to get that much bigger. The main producers of the pollution are definitely the mining and power production. Mining and power production are the biggest producers of pollution. So as long as we only scale power when we need power and only scaling mining when we need more resources, we should be okay on the pollution cloud. I know that it's getting close to a few thingies, but it is getting reduced a bit by the stuffs, the trees. Okay, up we go to pick up additional belt, because yeah, as it turns out, we need belt. I may as well pick up the inserters too, because I'm pretty sure I'm producing inserters. There you go. Pick those things up, use all of my resources ever. I could make the other levels of stuffs while there, but you know what? Screw it. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. And I can upgrade other buildings, produce more stuff, upgrade belt, all that, but progression is the most important thing here, and then scaling. Both of these things are important. Especially getting into speed modules and such, that will really help. That will really help going forward. Just going to bring down iron and copper as well while I'm at it. Okay, never stop handcrafting, so there we go. Make more of that, make more of that. I need actually more iron. Oopsies. Okay, you there. You are going to be producing for me some electric engine units. Now, Electric engine units operate in a 1-to-1 ratio. I'm actually going to change this a little bit. With engine units. So bear in mind that any electric engine unit building that you place is going to be directly consuming the output of exactly that many engine unit buildings. So if you take up all of it, be prepared for that. Engine units and circuits. I will share a belt between the engine units and the circuits. Would have been a little bit easier if I had put the lube on the other side. Oh well. Come on, lube. If I'm not mistaken, this is the one and the only use for lube outside of blue belts. Because of course lube is going to be needed for belts, right? Or am I thinking wrongly? Am I thinking of modded stuff's shenanigans? Belts. Belts. That is under logistics 3. I haven't taken that tech. Where are you? I'm blind. I am very blind. I am so blind. You. Lube. Yes, I was not mistaken. Yeah. Blue belts need lube. Why? Reasons. To make it slicker. Lube makes things slide faster. To make it fast. Super fast. Speaking of engine units, where are those? On my bus? I need them. I need them on my bus. They are the final 4th line here. The structure of the bus can change if you have blue belts. It can change if you have red belts, but it can fundamentally change if you have blue belts. In that, if you upgrade from yellow to blue, the underground length is precisely twice that of the yellows, meaning that with blue undergrounds, you can forego spacing between these two sets of 4. You can have 10 lines before any gap if you're using blue belts. Just as one of those FYI type dealios. We're going to split underground, split that underground, and underground. There we go. That, my friends, is electric engine units. These are going to be made into flying robot frames exclusively for the flying robot frames. Yes. Yeah, it would be nice to have construction bots to help with scaling. As well as, you know, modular armor, personal roboports, personal, stuffs. This is going to require me to make wonderful things over time. I need to get into, modular armor, which requires this tech. I can very easily do that. I can get into portable solar panels, which use things that I can make. So, this is not placing any solar panels, right? I just can't, I can make them, but not place them. Should be how that works. This makes one flying robot frame every 20 seconds in this building. I would need 20 of this level of building to make 1 per second. This is 1/4 of 1 per second, or 1 every 4 seconds. That is not the side I want that on. Electric engine units, batteries, steel, and electronic circuits. Well, the batteries are all the way up here. We're going to bring them down. This is one of, if not the only uses of the batteries. Just as another one of those important points. Batteries, there's a lot of products that don't get used for too much. I know batteries would be used for, like, defensive structures, such as what? Such as what? The laser turrets. Yeah, that would be a thing that I would expect to take batteries. I can take utility science now. Shall I take utility science? Yes, I shall. So, based on our progress thus far, go ahead and leave a comment predicting whether or not you think I will or will not succeed at launching a rocket within the next 4 hours and 17 minutes, like within the allotted time. We have not even reached the halfway point, by the way. Steel and blue circuits, huh? Steel, or green circuits, rather. Steel is this line right here. Let me know in the comments if you think that I will succeed based off of this progress thus far, or if you think I'll die by biters. Or whatever else of a demise you think I may have over time. Remember that I think that I set it so that the biters only get evolved as I kill them. So only if I kill them will biters do anything. Oh, right. That can... Oh. What? That way. There you go. There's flying robot frames! Huzzah! An amount. This, by the way, pay very, very close attention to this. You get 3 units of utility science packs every 21 seconds. Crafting time. So each time this cycles, that's basically the equivalent of saying 1 every 7 seconds. I think I can math. Maybe. So, keep this in mind. It's 3 every 21, not 1 every 21. Don't triple the amount of stuff than you need here. So you need 1/3 of 1 flying robot frame per utility science pack. So if I was looking to try to get 1 utility science pack per second, I would need 1/3 of 1 frame. How many am I making right now? 1/4 of 1 frame. So I would need to scale up a couple of more of frame producing buildings. I also need 2 blue circuits for every 3 utility science packs, or I would need 2/3 of a processing unit. I'm like barely making 1 red, and that ratio is like at least 2 to 1. On the blue circuits, let me have a look at this. Yeah, it's 2 to 1 red to blue. And we need blue for more than just the utility science. Ideally, we'll only make enough utility science to pick the text that I need to take and then stop it and use the production for other things. Right. I won't have that problem with other things that can just be backed up, like the red and blue science, but yeah. 5, I think it would be 2 or 3 more to get the 1/3, but we're not going to get 1 per second on the doohickeys. That's not going to happen. Speaking of which, blue circuits! Welcome to the shenanigans. Blue circuits, we get 1 every 10 seconds, so 2, 4, 6. 1 every 10 seconds. This will be a few. 0.6 per second. 0.8 per second, excuse me. I actually want the 0.6. Would prefer. We're going to share the belt on green and red circuits here. And output thingies. And I think we're going to end off the video at getting utility science. That'll be great, actually. Okay, sulfuric. You're going to come down from over here next to the batteries. There you go. Sulfuric acid being used for its only real other use. The production of the blue circuits. Then we're going to go over here. We're going to be like, hey, buddy, you take stuff. Now, how are we going to share a belt of stuff that's next to each other? That is a great point. It is done like that. You need 1 extra gap, slash have this 1 tile back to accommodate the splitter here. And that's going to be blue circuits, which, yeah, they're needed for infrastructure and all that other stuff for now, though. I need to get into low-density structures. We have flying robot frames, processing units. We just need LDS now. Plastic, steel, and copper. For these, it's 1 every 20, because of course it is. You know, it's rather than, well, it's the exact same as the robot frames, and we need the same amount? No, we need 3 times as many. Wow, it's 1 to 1. Wow. It's 1 to 1. I'm gonna make a few more of these. I'm gonna handcraft a few more of those. Just gonna point that out. We're gonna make a few more of those. I need plastic brought down, and I have the copper, and I have the steel. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is one of very few uses of the plastic, so... And I think I have a plastic line? I should have a plastic line. There it is. Already, because there was one other use that I was using it for somewhere. For something. Oh yes, red circuits. Plastic is being used for red circuits. Now, what gets used the most? Copper gets used the most. Oh hey, we have our greater than 0 amounts of blue circuits. Yay. And you can see how this infrastructure gets very expensive very quickly. Let's make more of these blue inserters, shall we? This will need to be copper, which complicates things a little bit because now our input will need to be up by a tile because of this splitter blocking us, unless I want to use red thingies or blue thingies, underground belts, I'm saying. We're not going to bother with that. So, that is the alignment. We'll do that. We'll do, that is the first on that line. I could do the thing with the underground, but I'm not gonna. Right. You there. Excuse me. Ah, right. Just like so. Once this is powered, we shall have low-density structures. This plus this plus this is utility science packs. I'm going to place down 6 buildings that will make the utility science packs. We're going to do this line, pretty much just copying right from above. %87% on this tech. It's been sitting there for a little while. Why are you just sitting there? I think... Ah, it moved, finally. I think it's the blue science being a little bit janky on its production rate. Because I brought the red circuits down, it's not feeding enough. Yeah. All of the factories are moving. Let's go ahead and do this upgrade. 6. 1 per second. Wonderful. Doing that upgrade is now giving me 1 per second. Yay! Off we go. 93%, 94% on utility science. Let's finish up the logistics work here. We're gonna go and bring this down over here. The flying robot frames will exist there. I'm going to do one of these doohickeys. Oh, it looks like I need a bit of belt. Hey, buddy, just give me some belt, please. Hey! Utility science, thank you so much for joining the party. Let us work now towards robots. Ta-da! We now have utility science able to be produced once things move. There you go. There's a building making utility science in greater than 0 amounts of utility science. Note that this is a 21-second craft time. I would need 1 more of these for 1 per second, but that's overkill. Even so. Yay! Utility science. Glorious stuff. With that, folks, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have enjoyed today's video, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below. You can, of course, hit that great big blue join button to become an erudite otaku and turn that blue button gray. You can also support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. Let me know your thoughts on if I will be able to actually launch a rocket within the next 4 hours and 6 minutes and 52 seconds at the end of this video, or whether or not you think I will die in fire and brimstone and biters, etc., or any other fate that may befall me. And I will, of course, see you all on the next one.